So you got your revenge. Father, did it make you feel any better? It did. So what comes next?
Mark von Aulitz is next. Then von Burgov.
And is that what you really want, son? No matter how many people you kill, you can't change what's happened.
It's what I want.
Are you sure, Henry?
What's happening? Why are you waking me up?
The Margrave is calling for you, sir. You and the other gent.
You mean Zizka?
I suppose. I don't know what his name is, but he's waiting down in the courtyard. I'm just on my way to tend to his wounds.
And what about Catherine?
That's the good wife who arrived with you? I don't know. I think I saw her with our captain.
Oh, very well. I'll go now.
I brought you something for breakfast, in case you were hungry. And there's a clean shirt in the chest there. I thought that it could come in handy, since you weren't in the mood for a bath last night. Oh, have I been too bold?
No, definitely not. Thank you. Do you need anything else?
No, sir.
So, why are you standing here?
You haven't dismissed me, sir.
I'm not a nobleman. You don't have to stand on ceremony with me.
I do, since you're a guest of the Margrave, sir. May I leave?
I? That is... yes, of course.
Thank you, sir.
me some wine. What did I do to you?
What did I do to you? Look out!
Mind where you're going.
Today is a scorch. Greetings.
I'm a bit hungry.
That's not possible.
You wouldn't happen to know where Lord Hinnock of Kunstad went, would you?
You mean that bony knight?
What's Sir Peter like?
Oh, he has a heart of gold. God smiled on us when he eats nothing but preserves and sweet dumplings.
So,
What can I say, lad? It used to be better. There was peace and warring against each other. They should be ashamed. We're lucky we have Sir Peter. He won't allow us to come to any harm. See you later.
Take that, you shit! Not like that. You see, meine Dame? We aren't idle here. My man trained like that every day.
Admirable.
Come on!
If Sigismund and his army happen to turn up, you'd have 2 warriors.
But why would he come here?
Why wouldn't he? Lord Pisak used to be the king's mint master. And everyone knows
No, you don't.
when to pick side.
Yes, but...
But I'm sure you're not afraid of him.
Right. Let the ginger fox come. Our walls will hold back his army.
Or most of them, at least.
Us?
I'm just a simple village woman.
Come
The wall above the gate is crumbling like stale bread. And the towers. The local villagers have them stuffed with hay.
But, good wife, you don't know what you're talking about. There was a lot of rain and a storm destroyed the hay sheds.
As I say, I'm just a simple village woman. Still,
I do what I can.
and I wouldn't dare say otherwise. Lo, the worth Henry of Skalitz. I'm just holding a discussion with the captain here about his desolate fortress.
That's not how I'd put it. In the end, as my Großvater said, the strength of a castle is measured by its garrison. And mine is one of the best in the region. What do you say, lad? Am I right?
Bad luck.
To tell the truth, I may have been in a few battles, but fighting isn't really my thing.
Getting captured is more your thing, right?
Leave him be, good wife. Not everyone's born to fight. What's more, many a knight wouldn't dare to take on my men, let alone an ordinary boy.
Now look here, I was just being polite. I'd happily take on your men.
Ach ja?
Do you fancy yourself a knight?
Come, Junge. We'll stuff your clothes with straw, so you don't come to any harm, and let you have a go against one of ours. Pulcock, come here! The first to bleed loses.
Did you hear about what the bailiff is planning?
No, I don't care for gossip.
Nor do I, but this is important.
I'm not interested.
This is about money.
What? Go on, then.
He wants to fleece us again.
Damn it. That's just what we need.
Exactly. We'll have to talk to the others this evening and decide what to do. It can't go on like this.
Safe travels to you.
Greetings.
Good day to you, friend.
And with you.
Well, you haven't shown yourself to be very manly, Henry. Thank God I didn't make a bet with the captain.
Well, at least you don't have to go to confession. Gambling is the road to hell.
Don't worry about it, lad. Pulcock has the strength of a bull. He's not easy to defeat.
What?
Ah, nothing. Das ist egal. You know what? Take this shield to help you get over your defeat. At least you'll have something to hide behind. If you get into another fight, God forbid.
I better go and find Zizka. The Margrave is expecting us.
I saw Zizka next to the stables. There was some girl hanging around him.
Do you want to come with us to see Jobst?
Not really. I'll go and pack my things instead. I have a feeling we'll have to leave soon.
Why?
A woman's intuition.
Grüß Gott.
Good to see you.
What do you want here, you yokel?
What do you have for sale?
Thank you. And take care. Go back to where you came from, you lowlife.
Was soll's?
How are things, Captain?
What do you think? I've seen better days. And you, youngster?
Me? Well, considering what we've been through, surprisingly good.
Just wait until you've been through as much as I have.
Nah, don't say that. You still have your strength. A real man of iron.
A damned rusty one, I'd say. But enough chat. I see Jobst has returned to the fortress.
That's why I'm here. They're expecting us. I wanted to take Catherine along too, but she said she'd rather get the horses ready.
She's doing the right thing, and you better run ahead and greet the Margrave. I'll join you shortly.
Are you expecting trouble?
I always expect trouble. Jobst has turned coats more times than I can count. And the way things are these days, I'd rather have horses standing by, even on a visit to my parents.
What about that dry devil of yours? Did you find out where he went?
No, nobody asked him where he was going, but it seems they're hoping it's as far away as possible. I'm not surprised. If I know him, he wasn't the ideal guest.
At least Jobst might know where he is.
He might. To be honest, that's the only reason for talking to him.
Should I really go and see Jobst on my own? He's a Margrave, though.
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met him in Ratai. I only know what I've heard about him.
All right, but he sent for us both. How's it gonna look?
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand, I'm doing this for our benefit. The less time I spend with a Margrave in one room, the better.
All right, then. I'll be going, then.
And this scar? It's strange, crooked, like a letter from a fancy book.
This. I fell off the battlements at Laxenburg Castle.
Lord above! From the walls! And were you conquering or defending that castle, sir?
Well, depends on how you look at it. We were storming a wine cellar, you see.
Ah, I do see. Only maybe you shouldn't go around telling people that, sir. It doesn't sound too heroic.
So what? Heroes like to have a drink too, now and again. I got loads of scars from real battles anyway. Like here, on my other arm. A groom hit me with a crossbow nearby Yitchin. The boy was nearly 15. Poor fella.
That's how I lost my sweetheart.
Someone shot him?
No, he shot someone else.
Ah, I see.
And what about your eyebrow, sir? It seems a bit crooked. Do you have a scar there too?
Aye. I nearly lost my eye.
Also in battle?
No, I was a lad. I made a bet with some friends that I could run all the way down the Devil's Slope without stopping once. That's what we called this one really steep hill. Once you started down it, you either had to run all the way to the bottom, or tumble all the way there.
And you went tumbling?
I did nothing of the sort. I ran down. But as I was celebrating, prancing about like a deer, I tripped on a root. I landed on my head and cracked it open on a stump. An inch or two off, and I'd have lost that eye.
Henry. Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Bergov at Trotsky?
I beg your pardon, Margrave, but I have the feeling you already know everything.
Really? I have the opposite feeling. These days, I seem to be completely in the dark. John of Liechtenstein, my court spy, I suppose you could say, has mysteriously fallen silent. But there's one thing you're right about. I have a fair idea about what you got up to at Trotsky. Now, let's get to a more important question. I heard you ended up in von Berghoff's dungeon. And judging by the state you were in when you arrived, I expect they didn't treat you too well. You didn't reveal anything important there by any chance?
Well, unfortunately, they got, certain information out of me.
What information?
About Liechtenstein. That he's in Kuttenberg. And what he's doing there. I'm really sorry, sir, but... well, they tortured us.
That is truly unfortunate. But you've nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's too much to expect anyone to hold their tongue under torture.
But Lord Liechtenstein... what if they killed him because of us?
John went straight into the lion's den. He knew the risks. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would be glad if you stayed at the fortress. As soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay. I'm sure you already want to go home.
What? Go home? I can't. I have to rescue Sir Hans. I made a promise I'd protect him.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon. I'm sure von Berghoff has him trapped in a gilded cage.
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safer than you or I. The most sensible course now is to wait for the ransom demand.
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother!
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road. No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
get the feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information. Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in his godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go!
The devil doesn't know you, but he should recognize me, even like this, unless he's too fast.
What is your plan, anyway? Go from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, until we find him? Well, so all the taverns and dens in the region? I'm up for that. Where do we start? Sounds like a good place to start. And if we find the devil, what then? I'm not sure what the three of us can achieve. Who? And what do you have in mind when you say step on Sigismund's toes? What about Liechtenstein and Capon? I just hope Sir Hans is all right. If I don't bring him back to Hanush alive, I might as well hang myself. Anyway, how much farther is it? The road's quiet. The surroundings are pretty. Why rush? At least we won't be so conspicuous. There now.
Go! Go!
man. Want to warm up a little?
Greetings, sweet maiden. How are you faring, girl?
Well, you know how it is. We minstrels are always on the move. Times are lean and folk need a laugh.
You're not wrong. The poorer people get, the more they drink and sin, and laugh while they're at it.
The poor man sins, the noble sins twice, but the monk and priest are the masters of vice.
What's your name, minstrel girl?
They call me Dancer, but I go by many other names.
And can I hear them?
If you come by after a show, maybe I'll let you give me one yourself, handsome. But now, alas, there's no time to perform. We have to leave here in all haste.
Why the rush?
Our tricks and jests rub some respectable old farts up. Our tomcat entertained the bailiff's wife, in the hay.
I bet he didn't find it funny, did he? And they say...
Indeed. The bailiff don't take to his...
I'm afraid it is time to...
Farewell, handsome. Maybe...
Look out!
If my luck keeps up, it'll all... The Lord be with you.
Greetings. What do
Excellent! And the money goes to me.
Everything all right, eh?
off other people's locks and purses. Gather round, take a good look. This scoundrel bragged to the whole tavern that he had the nimblest fingers in the land. And in the very same tavern, he was caught breaking into a cupboard and chests. He tried to steal the possessions of good people. And when he saw a watchman, the coward tried to flee. But he was caught when he slipped on some dung and had a very nasty fall. So here you have him, the nimblest fingers far and wide, but he ended up in the pit.
What do you need? Hurry up. I don't have all day.
What's going on around here?
It's a pity you weren't here earlier. There was a fight.
Some drunks had a fight?
No, that's just the point. A bunch of brutes laid into a lad. I think they were after him. If I hadn't called the bailiff, he could have ended up a lot worse.
And who was the lad?
A hired hand from Vysoka, a village up the hill. I think his name is Pavel.
And you don't know why they beat him up?
You'll have to ask him yourself. He wouldn't tell me anything.
Thanks. Anything else?
There are also bands of vagrants wandering around here, so something will definitely happen sooner or later.
Right here?
Not yet, but people are already afraid to stick their noses out at night, especially...
What happened?
They were acting like they owned the place, drinking and eating. Our lads told them politely to take a walk, and they did too. And what did the bailiff do? Not... So now the lads are practicing fighting with their bare hands, so it won't happen again. And that's about it.
Sounds interesting. Thank... I'll have a look at the ware.
Thank you, and take care.
The bailiff doesn't know anything about the...
He suspects something. That's why he often sits in...
What's going on around?
I haven't heard about... And you won't find...
Can I spend the night here?
Not a chance. Go back to...
What is it, you scoundrel?
I'll be right there.
Good day.
Damn weather.
God be with you.
Not your day, eh? What did he do?
Nothing!
Really?
Were you expecting a different answer?
What if I freed you?
I'd scarp her, obviously.
How's it going? I expect that's not very comfortable on your back.
Fuck my back, I can hardly feel it anymore. But recently some joker passed by and put a dead fish in my breeches.
What the? Where are you sticking your hands, you thief?
Go and arrest him, quickly!
Easy now. I surrender.
You're a wanted man. You're that damn pickpocket. He's been sticking his fingers in other people's purses.
How dare you accuse me like that? Like, do you have any idea?
What are you trying to pull on me? You'll pay for that.
All right, I'll pay. I don't want any trouble.
Now, let's have a look at what you've stolen. Show me the goods. And if I find it...
Take a look, then.
Good. You don't have anything else. In that case, an indulgence... We're done here, right? So clear off.
Jesus Christ be praised. White, yellow and red. The best on the market.
Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
Show me your wares.
Maybe next time then.